everyone, this is Karen.
Hey everybody, I am Shane.
Today we're looking at part 1 of Palau.
A Pacific paradise.
And the vocabulary words are kilometer.
Kilometer.
The nearest town is around 5 kilometers from here.
Surround.
Surround.
Tall trees surround our house and block the sun during the day.
Native.
Native.
There are around 300 native plants on the island.
Monument.
Monument.
A monument was put up in this location in honor of the soldiers who fought in the war.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Swimming with dolphins was an amazing experience that I will never forget.
Wow, I want to swim with dolphins.
Me too. Okay,
I pet a dolphin before.
Have you?
I did.
Where?
At the water park?
Like in Taiwan?
No, in America.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. Aw, I would love to do that.
So we're actually talking about a place that you've been to.
I know, I never go anywhere.
Yeah, Palau.
Oh, Palau is amazing.
Yeah.
Well, you know how because of the air restrictions, we have this like air travel bubble thing that, you know, only like we in Taiwan, we can go to Palau, and the people in Palau, they can come to Taiwan.
Right, so you don't have to quarantine.
That's right.
You don't have to be vaccinated or anything. It's just free travel.
That's
between
right.
it. So that's one place you can finally get out of Taiwan.
We can finally take an airplane.
Right.
And go somewhere.
Because I do feel a little bit of cabin fever staying in Taiwan for so long and not being able to go abroad.
That's right, because you used to take vacations like a few times a year, right?
Well, not a few, but quite a bit. So you would recommend going to Palau?
Definitely. You have to go to Palau.
Let's learn more about Palau and the beauty of it next time.
A lot of natural beauty.
Okay, enjoy.
Palau, a Pacific paradise. With the recent agreement between Taiwan and Palau to form a travel bubble, Palau is suddenly a popular topic in Taiwanese circles. So let's find out more about this Pacific paradise. Just a stone's throw from Taiwan, the Republic of Palau is located 1,500 kilometers east of the Philippines, far out in the Pacific Ocean. It is made up of over 300 small islands, which are covered in thick forest and surrounded by coral reefs. Hello everyone and welcome to Live Interactive English. I'm Mike.
I'm Kim.
And I need a holiday.
Me too. Where do you want to go?
I want to go anywhere.
How about Palau?
Oh, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. And actually, that's a great place to choose because we can go to Palau.
Yeah, nobody can travel internationally. You can, but it's a risk.
It's hard.
But you can safely travel to one place from Taiwan with a shortened quarantine, and that place is Palau.
That's right. We're in our bubble. We're in our travel bubble. That's what they call it when you can safely travel between two countries because they have decided to make it okay. And that's kind of how our article, A Pacific Paradise, our look at Palau, begins.
Yes. Let's see here. With the recent agreement between Taiwan and Palau to form a travel bubble, Palau is suddenly a popular topic in Taiwanese circles. So let's find out more about this Pacific paradise.
I'm out of my bubble. Just a stone's throw from Taiwan. Well, a good hard throw. Just a stone's throw from Taiwan. The Republic of Palau is located 1,500 kilometers east of the Philippines, far out in the Pacific Ocean. Yeah, you'd need a pretty mighty arm to throw a stone from Taiwan all the way to Palau. But we use that expression to say something isn't too far away, all right? It's a stone's throw away. We don't usually mean it literally, like exactly meaning that, but it means it's not too far. It's just down by the Philippines, out there in the Pacific Ocean, but it is still 1,500 kilometers or so away. And what is a kilometer?
A kilometer is a metric unit of length equal to 1,000 meters. So instead of miles, we use metric, which is kilometers. It's used to measure the length of something.
Okay, I could throw a stone 1 meter, probably not 100 meters.
I don't think so.
And certainly not 1,000 meters, and certainly not 1,500 meters.
No, and as we see here, the nearest town is around 5 kilometers from here, so it's quite far.
That's a stone's throw away too, but
That's
I still
a stone's throw.
couldn't throw a stone that far.
No.
So tell us more about Palau, Kim.
Okay, it is made up of over 300 small islands which are covered in thick forest and surrounded by coral reefs. Ooh.
Coral reefs, that sounds pretty good. I'd like to be surrounded by coral reefs right now. And to surround, this verb means to be around on all sides, to sort of wrap around or enclose. If you stand there in the middle and you turn around in a big circle, it will be around you on all sides. For example, in a forest, you would be surrounded by trees. Or maybe in this house, in our example sentence, tall trees surround our house and block the sun during the day. So think of a house with trees all around it in a big circle. And of course, as I mentioned, if you're in a forest, you will also probably be surrounded by trees, not coral reefs. Let's take a break and we'll learn more about Palau.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。过去1年多来，人们因为新冠肺炎疫情没办法出国，大家都好想出国哦。不过话说回来，前阵子台湾和帛琉之间启动了旅游泡泡，让台湾游客可以安心的去帛琉旅游。那么回国之后又不用居家隔离，只要自主健康管理就可以了。那我们来补充一下。Quarantine 这个字就可以表达隔离检疫的意思，我们来拼一下，它是 Quarantine。Quarantine。好，那我们课文一开始就写到说，由于最近台湾跟帛琉之间达成旅游泡泡的协议，让我们来多了解这个太平洋上的天堂秘境吧。那这边是用到2个重点，第一个 with 加上名词可以用来表达条件、原因，用来表达说有了什么什么，由于怎么样怎么样。例如With practice, you'll become a better musician. 有了练习，你就会成为更优秀的音乐家了。第2个重点是 find out， 它可以当及物或是不及物用，来表达说找出啊、查明、发现。这个找出的东西通常是真相啊、事实之类的，比较不会是真实的物品。好，那么当及物用的时候呢，我们可以接名词啊 that 子句，或者是接 WH 疑问词所引导的名词子句。例如He's trying to find out what's using up his computer's hard drive space. 他正在设法找出是什么东西消耗掉他的电脑硬碟的储存空间。好，那帛琉它是位于太平洋上面，它位于菲律宾东边1500公里远，那么距离台湾只有1时之遥。当然1时之遥只是要表达这个地方不算远，不是照字面上说丢一颗石头的距离这么近，好吗？Mike 老师刚刚用到 literally 这个字，就是表达照字面地，也可以用来表达确实地或是不夸张地。那它是拼作 literally literally。好，那么帛琉它是由300多个小岛组成，岛上有覆盖茂密的森林，然后四周还环绕着珊瑚礁。我们这边用2个单字来看一下，是 kilometer， 它表示公里。Kim 老师提到说，公里它是公制的长度计量单位。那么老师用到 metric 这个字，就是形容是公制的 metric metric。下一个单字 surround， 它表示环绕、围绕，是一个动词。那这边还有2个重点，第一个是 something be made up of 加上名词，它是表达某事物由什么什么来组成。像我们可以说 The album is made up of 10 songs， 这张专辑是由10首歌组成的。那第2个重点是关系代名词 which 可以引导关系子句去修饰它前方的事物，也就是先行词。当这个先行词是明确特定的事物，我们就不用限定它的范围咯，所以这时候用的是非限定用法。那 which 引导的关系子句就是用补充说明，所以我们要用逗号把它跟主要子句隔开。例如Taipei 101, which was once the tallest building in the world, is a popular tourist destination. 台北101是个受欢迎的观光景点，它曾经是世界第1高楼。好，那先行词台北101是明确对象，我们不用限定范围嘛。然后关系子句 which was once the tallest building in the world 是要补充说明台北101，所以这时候要用逗号把它跟主要子句隔开。接回课文中。
Palau, a Pacific paradise. Most Palauans live in Koror City, on the island of Koror. In Koror City's lively bars and restaurants, visitors can try local favorites, like fruit bat soup, and learn a bit about the native culture by chatting with the friendly locals. Despite the heavy Western influence on the country, Palauans still proudly celebrate their traditional Pacific Island heritage. And of course, there are plenty of monuments, museums, and cute shops to keep you busy for at least a few days. Okay, so most of us by now have probably heard of Palau, right? The president visited Taiwan recently, and this travel bubble between Taiwan and Palau has been in the news. So, what would we actually be doing and seeing if we went to Palau? Well, let's find out. Most Palauans, it says, live in Koror City on the island of Koror. Okay, that's pretty easy to remember. Yeah. I'm going to go to Koror, and I'll be in Koror City. And what would I be doing in Koror City? Well, in Koror City's lively bars and restaurants, visitors can try local favorites. Local food. I love me some delicious local favorites or popular local food. Like here it might be beef noodle soup.
Yes.
Or something like that. What would we be having in Koror City in Palau? Like fruit bat soup. Fruit bat soup? Like a soup made with a big bat?
That's what it sounds like.
Okay. I'm not sure about that. And we would also, it says, and learn a bit about the native culture by chatting with the friendly locals. I would chat with the friendly locals and say, why are you eating a bat?
I think I will skip lunch, but I would love to chat with some friendly locals.
I would try fruit bat soup. I just wouldn't want to try it, but I would have to try it.
You could.
Yeah.
Now, this is a native to this island, these fruit bats, and also the locals could be called the natives.
Sure.
To be native is to be from a place by birth, like you were born there and grew up there, so you are a native, or the origin of something. Plants and animals can be native to the island where they evolved. So, for example, there are around 300 native plants on the island. So that island has these specific plants that grew there, and they're native to that island.
Okay, so maybe some other plants were brought in by people later in history, but if you went back in time thousands of years, this is where these plants originally came from. Yes. All right, so the native people of Palau, of course, are the people who probably have been living there for many hundreds of years, many generations. But of course, other people have come in since then. It says, despite the heavy Western influence on the country, Palauans still proudly celebrate their traditional Pacific Island heritage. Even though it's an island, very isolated, I'm sure they have had waves of maybe the Spanish or the Dutch or people Americans later on. People exploring came in by boat, and of course the culture changed. But the native Palauans are still very proud of their Pacific Island culture.
Yes, and as we see, and of course, there are plenty of monuments, museums, and cute shops to keep you busy for at least a few days.
Okay, I need to do some shopping after that fruit bat soup. Definitely, so I'll walk around and look at some monuments. Now, a monument is basically kind of like a statue or maybe some kind of landmark, a special thing that's been put up by the people, the country, the government to honor someone or something that is very important to those people. We often think of statues being put up for great leaders, great heroes, or great moments in the country's history. These will be interesting to tourists, important to the local people, and something that people are probably proud of in some kind of way. Now, we wouldn't think of a big building like Taipei 101 as a monument. That could be a landmark. Tourists are interested in seeing it, but a monument might be something more like the Statue of Liberty, the Arc de Triomphe in Paris, or any statue you might see of an old president or a great person in the country's history. For example, a monument was put up in this location in honor of the soldiers who fought in the war. Sure, after World War I and World War II, many countries that sent soldiers off would put up monuments to honor the people who went and the people who didn't come home. All right, let's take a break and we'll be back with more about Palau. But first, I got to get me some more fruit bat soup.
I'll get it for you.
It's delicious.
大多数的帛琉人住在科罗岛的科罗市。那在这个城市里面的酒吧、餐厅里面，游客可以去品尝当地食物，然后跟友善的当地人聊天，去了解他们的在地文化。那其中一种当地最受喜爱的食物是水果蝙蝠汤。不是之前有报道说蝙蝠有可能携带冠状病毒吗？我们这道料理还是先跳过好了。我们继续来看课文，他写到说，虽然帛琉受到许多西方的影响，但是帛琉人还是以他们传统太平洋岛屿的历史文化遗产而自豪。那么当地也有很多纪念馆、博物馆，还有可爱的商店可以去逛一逛。这边有2个单字 ，native。Native 它是形容本土的、本国的，也可以形容动植物它是土生土长的。那么 monument 这个名词它表示纪念馆、纪念碑。Mike 老师刚刚在举例说，像自由女神啊、巴黎的凯旋门都是属于 monument， 可是像台北101则是属于 landmark。landmark 就是指地标、里程碑的意思。那我们继续回到课文中。
Palau, a Pacific paradise. Truthfully, most people don't come to Palau for the shopping or the museums. They come to see the amazing natural wonders, such as the towering waterfalls and underwater caves, which are scattered across the island chain. Most of these can be reached from Koror City, and in many cases, they're just a short boat ride away. All right, so monuments, shopping, great lively bars, restaurants, fruit bat soup. Lots to do in Koror City in Palau. But, you know, we're in the Pacific. We're on a beautiful island. We're not going to be hanging around in the city all the time looking at monuments, are we?
No.
Okay.
As the article says, truthfully, most people don't come to Palau for the shopping or the museums.
Or the fruit bat soup.
No, it's a beautiful natural island in the Pacific, so what are they there for?
They come to see the amazing natural wonders, such as the towering waterfalls and underwater caves, which are scattered across the island chain. Wow, 300 islands. They must have some amazing natural wonders. Things made by nature, like waterfalls and caves, not monuments and museums. Those are amazing, but not natural wonders.
Yes, and a lot of this natural beauty is amazing.
It's all amazing.
This just means causing wonder and surprise, something that makes you go, wow, this thing is incredible. It's really cool. It's amazing. Like swimming with dolphins was an amazing experience that I will never forget. It's just, wow.
Wow, incredible?
Yeah.
Fantastic?
Amazing.
Wonderful, stupendous, all of these words kind of mean the same thing, something that makes you go, wow. Now, most of these can be reached from Koror City, and in many cases, they're just a short boat ride away. So yeah, remember it's 300 islands, but they're not spread out over a huge area of the Pacific. A lot of them are just a short ride away. So that's kind of nice, you know? Blue water, islands all around.
White sand.
Lots of sand, and every little island has a natural wonder, something to explore and discover. What a wonderful place to go. I'd like to be there now, but I'm not. But I will be soon, maybe. But we will definitely be back to see you guys tomorrow because we'll be in Palau in our article one more time. So we'll see you then. Until then, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Don't have too much fruit bat soup, and we'll be back soon. Bye.
虽然说帛琉有许多的博物馆和商店，可是大多数的游客都是为了帛琉的自然奇观而来的，像是它有高耸的瀑布，还有水下的洞穴。那这些令人赞叹的自然奇观就散布在岛链的各个地方，大部分都是可以从科罗市搭船抵达的。我们最后来看单字 amazing，amazing 它是形容这个令人称奇的或是惊人的。那老师们刚刚用到 incredible 还有 stupendous 都可以用来形容是惊人的、非常棒的。我们来拼一下 incredible 是 incredible， 那么 stupendous 则是拼作 stupendous， incredible stupendous。好，那么以上是这个讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
Palau, a Pacific paradise. With the recent agreement between Taiwan and Palau to form a travel bubble, Palau is suddenly a popular topic in Taiwanese circles. So let's find out more about this Pacific paradise. Just a stone's throw from Taiwan, the Republic of Palau is located 1,500 kilometers east of the Philippines, far out in the Pacific Ocean. It is made up of over 300 small islands, which are covered in thick forest and surrounded by coral reefs. Most Palauans live in Koror City, on the island of Koror. In Koror City's lively bars and restaurants, visitors can try local favorites, like fruit bat soup, and learn a bit about the native culture by chatting with the friendly locals. Despite the heavy Western influence on the country, Palauans still proudly celebrate their traditional Pacific Island heritage. And of course, there are plenty of monuments, museums, and cute shops to keep you busy for at least a few days. Truthfully, most people don't come to Palau for the shopping or the museums. They come to see the amazing natural wonders, such as the towering waterfalls and underwater caves, which are scattered across the island chain. Most of these can be reached from Koror City, and in many cases, they're just a short boat ride away.
Mining was a key industry for the Hotong region in the past. Hotong Mine was one of the area's important mines. In 2013, it was turned into Hotong Leisure Park. The park combines a museum, food, and hands-on experiences. Many of the sites are relics from mining's past. Hotong Mine is now a hands-on experience area. Visitors can ride a train into the tunnel. The Ray San coal mine building was once a mining company's office. Today, it houses a souvenir shop and a museum. Tourists can shop for gifts and take pictures as they try on miner clothes. There are also photos and videos from the miners' lives. An old electrical control room and a repair factory are now a cafe and a restaurant. If you get the chance, you must give Hotong Leisure Park a visit.
See you next time!